It's a Russian propaganda film, but it's still interesting.
Camera ready. Quiet on the set.
Stand by.
Stand by, camera one. Stand by to mic and cue.
3, 2, 1.
Available on YouTube for free with ads, T-34 is a Russian film released in 2019 set in World War II during the German invasion of the Soviet Union and its allies. It highlights the life of tank commander Nikolai Ivushkin, who gets captured by the Nazis and sent to a concentration camp. Years later, Nikolai is given the opportunity to command a tank crew again, this time as a training exercise that German officer Klaus Jaeger conjures up for German tank cadets. After all, his tank soldiers need to be trained. In short, Nikolai grudgingly accepts the challenge. The rules are simple. Nikolai gets to pick his tank crew from the other POWs. They are to repair a Russian T-34 tank, hence the movie title, that the Germans captured. Then they have to play cat and mouse with their tank, being the mouse, with 3 other German Panzer tanks. The German tanks will shoot live rounds at them, while they are not allowed to have any live ammunition. Seems like a bad deal. But it's better than being a POW, right? But Nikolai secretly hacks a plan to escape during the exercise, using the tank to break through the locked gates. Fortunately for him and his team, they find 6 live rounds sitting within the tank that the Germans didn't know were there. What follows is a wild ride past German defenses and into the wilderness. Can they make it alive to the border where they will be safe? Spoiler alert! Yes, they do, but not without considerable trouble. Let's talk about the script. The script sounds unbelievable, and it most certainly is.
Sounds crazy, no?
However, the movie is not based on a real story, only that it is loosely based on historical events as far as I can tell. What it is believable are critics who argue that the movie is designed to glorify Putin's Russia and a sense of Russian national pride. Essentially, it's just a propaganda film, especially during our times of increased fears about aggressive signs Russia is making towards the Ukraine and Crimea. Of special mention are the cyber attacks the Russians conducted on multiple countries, including our own. That is, the 2016 presidential election. Regardless of the propaganda, I still find the movie entertaining, with special merit going to special effects and audio. Let's talk a little bit about the acting. Acting is actually pretty good. Of special mention is the woman translator Anya, played by Irina Starchenbaum. She translates the German spoken by the German officer Jaeger into Russian for the main protagonist, Nikolai. The audio is outstanding. There are plenty of realistic explosion sounds, metal hitting metal, etc. My only complaint is that I wasn't able to watch this on my big TV with surround sound. My family was in the house, so I had to watch it with my computer speakers and powered subwoofer. The audio mix still sounded really good though, such as when tank ammunition would hit another tank and you'll hear an echo from the perspective of the tank crew. So you see a shot of the tank crew going like, like that every time they're hit with a big tank ammo, whatever you call those things. Also well done were the special effects. Although many were obviously computerized, like on some of the wide-angle landscape shots that moved from the ground to up high, others were quite necessarily computer-generated, like during the tank-to-tank battles. Color grade. The color grade is the common orange and teal look with high contrast and medium saturation. The background is often low saturated and slightly out of focus to highlight the actors on screen. The low saturation in the background also helps to remind me that the story is set during World War II. Final thoughts. Let's talk about my final thoughts. I rate this movie an 8. The storyline isn't wholly believable, but I like the action sequences. I love them, in fact. The special effects reign supreme in this film. The sound effects serve to highlight those visual effects. Overall, the actors do a good job. Is this a propaganda film? Of course! But so are a lot of Hollywood movies. I'm sorry to say it, but Saving Private Ryan may have been based on a true story, but it's a propaganda film for the US military. Rambo? Propaganda. There are a lot of movies that are guilty of propaganda, but are still entertaining. And actually, the Rocky film with the Russian, that big, tall, menacing, intimidating guy who has lots of power in his punches, that was an exciting film, but it's propaganda. It's all right to watch and enjoy most of those films, just don't lose sight that it's propaganda. Enjoy the movie for what it is, a fictional account, a movie. As always, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and tell me what you thought about this review in the comments below. And I'll see you in Ramon's First Take Movie Review.